Hello, folks. We're live from the Thunderdome.
Boom, boom, boom. Intro music, I thought. Like, boom,
Oh, yeah.
boom, 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 boom. What is that? What is that?
It's an Elvis song.
Oh, it's that Push It Real Good. Okay. That's what the pod's called. It's called Push It Real Good. What are we fucking calling this thing?
I don't know. We've had.
We've recorded a bunch of these now. We don't know what to call it.
We're up to episode 200. We're going back in time.
Yeah.
I'm transitioning. No, we tried to work out what we're actually doing, like, as in.
Well, I
wanted
to do it mainly about your toes, but you're not really into that, are you? I noticed you've got shoes on today.
I was harassed. I was harangued. I was accosted, ladies and gentlemen. If you hear this, you will hear David bullying me, which is good. It's all on tape. So when we get to court eventually, when it all goes downhill.
I walk that back. Well, you can't really walk backwards, I don't think, with toes like that. But I wasn't.
I moonwalk a lot.
I wasn't bullying you. I merely pointed out that you have extraordinarily bizarre dexterity in your toes. They don't go flat like a normal person's toes. I guess that is bullying, actually. Never mind.
So if a normal toe's like this.
Why don't you take off your shoe and show them what a normal toe looks like?
But it wouldn't be normal.
Oh, because you don't have normal toes.
No.
They are fucked.
Matches my curly tail.
They look like when you try and pick something up off the floor with your foot,
easy.
That's what it looks like.
It's really easy.
Yeah, because you're doing it all the time anyway.
Yeah. Well, I can't walk with shoes off.
You
outside.
look like you're ready to punch with your feet.
I get rocks stuck in my... Yeah. So that meme of that little kid that's like, that's my toes.
So I've harassed you into wearing your Nikes.
No, I'm going for...
Your Nikes?
Yes, yeah. That's a good point, because we were just talking about names and companies and stuff.
I know I say it wrong, by the way. I know I say Nike. What do you say?
I say Nike.
Yeah.
Because I'm educated. Yeah. And it's the shoe of my people. Curly toe.
I'm amazed they make them for you, to be honest.
There's a lot of space at the top. Yeah. Well, that is strange, though. How can a company name be different in different countries? Shouldn't a name be a name?
Yeah, I think so. But then it's like, I remember doing French in school, and when we were learning our names, they would put the French spin on it.
Yeah.
Right, so I would be David.
Yeah.
And I had to say like, oh, je m'appelle David. I couldn't go, je m'appelle David.
Yeah.
Because they were like, no, that's not how you say it. But then they'd be like, and this is Jean-Pierre. I'm like, can I just say Jean-Pierre then? Because I'm saying it in English.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But we don't do it that way.
Jean-Pierre.
Actually, I always thought it was weird as well that we all have, like, we have the English word for all of the different countries, and they have their own name for it in, like Francais, España.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we just call them that?
I think because we're dumb and we wouldn't be able to read it.
But they do the same though.
They have accents and stuff. Yeah, we're just dumb English people.
No, we're smart. Smart with normal toes.
Because it got me when I was in Brazil, and it was spelt Brasil.
SIL, yeah.
And I was like, these idiots. These fucking idiots. They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know how to say their own fucking names. Brazil.
Nike is the Greek goddess
of victory. Yeah.
That's how that came about. I don't know any other parts of the story, but apparently that's it.
I did an article ages ago for a show that I was writing for, and we looked into like the names and stuff, and I remember one of them, sometimes you go like, how much fucking sauce are you putting on that? Like, was Reebok. So Reebok is like the Afrikaans word for, I think, like a gazelle or something. Well,
I know they've got a springbok, which is what their South African rugby team's named after.
Yeah, it's like a fucking national animal. Some type of animal, like that's athletic at least, like fucking fast and whatever else. And but they said that the company was called that after one of the founders, when they were younger, won a race or like a marathon or something. They got in front of the winner got a dictionary, and then he picked Reebok from the dictionary. And I was like, from the dictionary that he won, by the way, but tying it into the whole like, I won it in a race. I'm like, did you, or did you just go, that sounds cool?
Was second place a yo-yo?
Yeah.
Because
Second place was an Asics. No, I don't know.
Yeah. Some Nike shoes. Yeah, that's the thing. Like you're always going to have to so the idea of this episode, folks, is for us to we're going to spitball names and we're going to
We'll
try
come
and
up with something.
something.
I bet we don't. I bet we don't come up with fucking anything. We've been trying this for 9 years
That's
now.
not what
I
it
think.
says on the script. But no, it's so hard.
It is.
We've come up with literally 20, 30 names each.
Well, I've been thinking about it, and I think it's because it's like when you do like I haven't done my own show, like my own comedy show yet.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of names that I like, and I go like, oh, I think that's the name, and then you kind of conceptualize the what you want the poster and stuff to look like. But it's really important because it's your thing.
Yeah.
Like you're putting it out there, you're proud of it, like you want to be proud of it. At least it's like that's your baby. I don't want to do something and then go like, fuck, why did we call it that?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, you have a son. How did you come up with your son's name? Like, where
there's a film called Let the Right One In, and it's my favorite film. It's one of my favorite films, and at the time, it was definitely my favorite film. It still is. Like, will always be top 3. It's fucking phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, it's like a Scandinavian vampire film, and the little boy in the movie is his name is Oscar, spelled with a K.
Yeah.
And he has like jet white hair as well in the film, and I had the same type of hair when I was a kid, like just white, and I knew that my son would have a similar kind of look because that's just a male trait apparently in our family, according to my sister. And sure enough, I was right. But even without the hair thing, I was just like, hey, I like the name Oscar, and I told my wife, and but I didn't tell her about the film thing. I just went, what about Oscar? She was fine with it.
So is your son's name spelled with a K?
No, okay. Spelled with a C.
Yeah.
I kind of regret it.
Yeah, I've only seen that spelling a couple of times.
Scandinavian spelling. Yeah, it's always...
No, that makes sense because he's a footy player. I guess by that logic, I would have to name my son RoboCop. So that's cool. RoboCop Middleton.
What a great fucking film RoboCop is.
I know.
I got the game not too long ago because it looked a lot like it would... You know, it would have that 80s movie type feel. It isn't good, unfortunately.
I watched a trailer the other day of it. I was like,
so much promise. Rogue City, I think it's called. Yeah. So much promise, but it's clunky and not. Yeah. You expect it to be clunky because of the way RoboCop moves as well, but it's not as. Yeah. I was very disappointed.
Well, I know how they got their name RoboCop because.
You know, because his first name was Robert.
And then his last name was Copeland.
Yeah, so.
And then fucking mashed them together.
RoboCop.
Yeah, what else? Adidas. What do you call it?
I say Adidas. I think that's wrong as well, though.
I think it's Adidas. I think it might be Adidas is it German?
Yeah.
And I think Americans call it Adidas. And obviously, maybe the English.
I think I'm fairly sure we say Adidas. I think it's mixed. Like I've met plenty of people that say Adidas.
Yeah. I don't hear many Australians say Adidas. But
that was a name as well, Adidas. As in, it was his name. The founder's name is. I think their first name is Adolf. But the similarity ends. It's I think Adolf like.
So he's not cool.
Adolf like Dassler or Dasseldorf or something like that, and they just mashed those names together and came up with Adidas. That's probably what it is. It probably is Adidas when you think about how Germans speak.
Adidas.
Yeah, it's serious. It's probably that.
I got my Adidas on. And then I pissed on her. What other fucking...
Samsung's a good one. Do you know this always makes me laugh. The origin of Samsung is it's a Korean phrase meaning 3 stars. LG is a Korean phrase meaning 1.5 star.
Oh, nice.
No, it is. It's 3 stars. Why would you choose 3 stars?
They're realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, just nice people.
I suppose they're not great either, are they? Samsung's not like well, actually, no, I suppose they are. Samsung are pretty good.
I've had a Samsung TV for like a long time. And it's
I've got one in my office.
It was $1,000 million when I fucking bought it back in the day. And it's lasted the test of time though. It's crazy.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy how TVs have gone from being something that were like almost unaffordable, like unimaginably priced, to now if someone tells me that they bought a TV for like $3,000, I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. What are you doing?
Yeah, I bought a 75-inch TV a couple of years ago.
$800.
Yeah, close to.
Yeah.
I think it was on sale for 900.
Yeah.
No, 800. It was.
I think the one we have in our front room is something that's crazy, like 70 odd inches.
Yeah.
We paid under $1,000 for that for sure. And then I got one in my office. I think it's like 65 inches. I swear that was like $500 or $600.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. I'm just trying to think of
Oh yeah, I'm off track. Names.
Well,
British Airways. That's an interesting one. It's not.
Yeah.
It isn't.
I was going to say. So, all right, I'll see that British Airways and I'll raise a Virgin.
Yeah.
No, we're going to sacrifice a Virgin to find the name.
All right, I'll find one.
Not in Frio. Apparently, it was Sir Richard Branson and his offsiders who were going to make the airline were like, we don't know what we're doing. We're virgins to this.
Why was that allowed?
I don't know.
We don't know what we're doing. Let's fucking build an airline and fly people across the fucking world going 800 miles an hour. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, money talks.
I mean, he couldn't even make the hot air balloon thing work. And we trusted him with airplanes and trains and shit. That is insane when you think about it.
Yeah.
The oldest mode of like flight, the hot air balloon, I presume it is. It must be one of the oldest modes of flight. That has to be one of the earliest things they did.
Should. So it's the horse and cart of
yeah, absolutely.
travel.
And he couldn't get that. He failed. I think he failed like round the world attempts at the hot air balloon many times.
Really?
Yeah, whilst having a commercial airline.
Crazy. I met a dude. I lived in the UK for a bit. A guy who owned the pub. Younger dude, John Taylor. If you're listening, shout out, big dog.
Yeah. Does he know what to call the podcast?
Yeah, we'll ask him actually.
Right.
Well, this is an interesting one. He was a Tommy Hilfiger model, right? Handsome as fuck. He used to work on Richard Branson's island, and he used to take out not Epstein's, Richard's, and he used to take out like wives and stuff like that, and show them like surfing instructor and all. Like I don't know if you'd call it a cabana boy in like.
What's a cabana boy?
I think it's like. I think I've totally butchered that, but in my mind, it was someone that like sort of did like outdoor activities for like wives and stuff. But I feel like I'm totally wrong there. I like cabana though; that's tasty.
So his job was just to be handsome and take people's wives out.
Yeah, and like their kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was on that island. Richard would come, a little bit.
Oh.
And he was an Australian chef from Tasmania that was the chef on the island, apparently. All chefs are fucking lunatics. He can't change my mind. That's why every chef on TV is a psychopath. And they were drinking one night. It was, I believe, John, Richard, and the crazy chef. And he was like, to the chef in Australia, he's like, I'm making an airline in Australia. I don't know what to call it. Do you have any names? And he was like thinking of stuff for a while. And he was like, you should call it like to be like in Australia, it's like True Blue is like Australian. And then he was like, I think Richard was like, I like that. And then they went with Virgin Blue.
Right.
So he was there. John was there for the conception of the name, which is pretty cool. And then in 2011, they actually changed it to Virgin Australia. It was short-lived, but, it was around for a bit.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool to be, like, there for, like, it would be pretty cool to know a billionaire, to be fair.
Yeah.
Or just to be handsome.
I just get the royalties. I'd want the royalties for the blue.
So that's my little story about fucking...
Doesn't
Richard
help us name the fucking podcast, though, does it?
Welcome to the podcast. It's called Virgin Airlines. No, it's hard.
Because one of the names that we discussed and thought, I mean, it still doesn't make any sense to me, and I do find it quite funny. We kind of landed on pigeonholed, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to be pigeonholed.
Yes.
And as I said, that's kind of like having a podcast where we're anti-racist, but we call it racism.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I kind of like pigeonholed. I also have this idea of a logo with like a pigeon with a bullet hole in it.
Yeah.
Bleeding to death.
I don't mind that.
Which is how I often feel inside.
But that is the thing, because we've spoken about like the podcast that we want to do and stuff like that, and we were talking about something that we know inside and out, and that's white supremacists. No, it is traveling.
Yeah.
So we were going to have a lot of aspects of traveling and some different segments and bits and pieces, and we sort of went towards the travel side of it, and then we were like, well, we don't really want to be pigeonholed, because obviously when this podcast takes off and we're, living in our hot air balloons, or our blimps,
we will be glad that we didn't stick to just one little thing, and we can talk about anything that we want. Also, pigeonholes is like pigeon bum holes. I like that too.
Do they
have bum holes? They must, because they shit all the time, right? But you don't see them.
Yeah.
I guess it's hidden under the feathers.
You never see a baby pigeon, do you?
No. I'm sure they just don't leave the nest until they are ready to be big pigeons.
It makes you think.
No, it doesn't.
It makes you think.
It doesn't.
Makes you think, where are all these baby pigeons? It's also, too, like, how often do I see a baby eagle or a baby seagull?
Yeah. Or a baby.
Yeah.
How often do you see a baby?
Rare.
I used to have one of those.
Yep. And now it's all grown up.
All big in that. Pigeonhole sort of stuck. I guess it still kind of is, actually, if I'm being honest. Still sticking a wee bit.
I do like it because it's ambiguous, the name as well.
Yeah.
Because people see it and they're just like, pigeonholed. What the fuck's that? And it's like, it's nothing.
Listen and find out, you cunts.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pigeonholed podcast with Tait Middleton and David Hughes.
Sponsored by Virgin.
Sponsored by the crazy Tasmanian chef man. This has a nice ring to it when you don't fuck it up.
What, crazy chef man?
No, the pigeoned. Pigeonholed,
not pigeoned hold.
Pigeon. That sounds weird.
Yeah, I got pigeoned last night.
Oh, really? Soft hands, I hope.
Soft feathers. You got any travel stories for us this week?
Well, actually, I'm sorry, I'm playing with my phone. We talked about Brazil, like very, very briefly, which actually I was thinking of a story the other day, because when I was in a parking garage
in Brazil,
in the city.
Oh, wait.
I'm going back. Don't worry. I'll get there. So I was in the parking garage in the city, Perth. We're in Perth, Australia at the moment. Probably should tell people that, I guess. They'll figure it out.
I think they can tell from your accent at least.
Well, your one throws it out, though.
Yeah.
And it's like, where are these people?
Well, we're on a Zoom call.
Yes. Yeah, technology's getting real good. He's in the space station.
I would not listen to anything on a Zoom call. Remember when they were doing that?
Yeah, they really loved. But I mean, they had to, because
they
like,
had
the world
to, yeah.
had
But also, I think that it was easy to get big guests because there was nothing for them to do during COVID. They couldn't go anywhere anyway. They're like, yeah, I'll do your podcast over Zoom. I would play it, and then as soon as I heard that like slight delay and that tinny cut, I was like, fucking not listening to this.
A phone call.
Yeah.
Ring, ring.
No, thank you. Sorry, Brazil, go.
Yes. So backtracking, I was in a parking garage the other day. I lost my ticket to get out of the parking garage.
Idiot.
And I was like, fuck me, this isn't good. So I just made up a lie and just said like I was in there for like 20 minutes, and the guy was like, no, I don't give a fuck. And then just clicked the button and opened it. So parking garages, when you get to those fucking doors, they're pretty easy to scam.
Yeah.
Just letting people know. Or I've got like a magnetic strip on my wallet.
I was going to say.
And it just erases it.
They fuck them.
Yeah. And then they ask you, they're like, so how long have you been in there? What's the time stamp on the bottom printed out? And you're like, yeah, it's 12:05. They don't know that you got in there at fucking 9 a.m.
I think leaving that card next to your phone does a similar thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was doing this job in the city for a while, and same thing. And I would go in there, and I had been parking all fucking day, and it would cost like $35 or something. And then most days I ended up getting out of there for free because the swipe. I wasn't even trying to scam them.
Yeah.
I don't, because I pay for everything with my phone, I don't have a wallet anymore.
Yeah.
So I just had my phone in my pocket and that parking thing next to it. And then I would go to use it. I was like, thing's not working. They're like, all right, ding.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they don't give a shit. The dude doesn't want to like
get up. He doesn't want to
yeah.
get up and come and see you and look at your thing and go, oh, you've been in here since like 10 a.m.
Yeah, you're like, hee, you got me.
Yeah.
But So that happened, and it reminded me of when I was in Brazil, and we made friends with this guy called Matty. I was traveling in Brazil with one of my good mates, Jake. We were there for like 3 months, and there was a guy who used to hang around the hostel that we were at for a while named Matty. He was a super rich Australian dude who was just a nomad, and his parents, I think, funded his life.
You just reminded me of a Brazilian story I need to tell you. Okay. Go, but keep going.
And Maddie one day was like, hey, do you guys want to go for a drive? And we're just like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. We're not doing it. We're just bums. Like he pretty much, he did live there actually. And
What city are you in?
we're in a place called Recreo. I always fuck up the pronunciation of it, but it's about an hour-ish away from what's it called, Rio de Janeiro. So it was close-ish to Copacabana Beach or whatever it is. And so we go for a drive for a while, and he's like, can you guys help me with something? And we're just like, yeah, sure. And we go into a parking garage, and he stops at this car, and he's like, that's my car. And we're like, what's this one? He's like, that's my missus' car. I'm like, okay. He goes, this car's been in here for 6 months in a parking garage, a paid parking garage. He's like, it broke down or it fucked up or it did something and he couldn't start it. And he's like, I've got a plan to get it out. And we're just like, oh, fuck, all right, now we're...
Do you want to come for a drive with me?
Yeah, and now we're fucking doing this thing.
Yeah.
So what we did was... something had fucked up on the car, I remember it. Something to do with like how the wheels moved. And he's like, I need one of you guys to essentially just push the car, and I need the other one of you guys to wrap something around like the left or right side of it, so when I need to turn, you can pull it so the wheel turns. It was the most weirdest fucking thing. We were 18 and 19 at the time. I think
you were breaking lots of laws, I reckon.
And he was about maybe 30.
Yeah.
So we're like, yeah, we guess. So he jumps in it, steers it. We've got one mate's pushing it. I think I'm doing the fucking, like trying to turn the wheels. We do it. We successfully get it to like the start. And we're like, yeah, he must be just going to pay. Like it's all good. And he's chatting to the dude for a bit, and they're chatting for a little bit too long. And we're like, I think he's just trying to get out of paying. And then the dude comes up and he starts talking to us, like the Brazilian guy, the
parking attendant or whatever.
And he's trying to like, I think, get information out of us. And we're just like, no hablo, mate. Like fucking. And the guy was like, our mate was just shaking his head like, see, fucking. And then the guy just got real fed up, and he was like, fine, just fucking take it. And we had to push this car out of the parking garage, and we put it on the side of the road where he was going to get someone to pick it up. Then we had to go back in and pick up the other car. And later on we were like, so what happened there? And he's like, oh, no, I just told him that like fucking you guys were over from Australia and that there was a miscommunication, and he just made up this massive lie. I think he put it on us that it was our car, and we didn't know what we were doing, and he was helping us. And I was just like, yeah, sick.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's nice. And we got the car out, and then he got it all fixed up.
I don't reckon it was even his.
I'd probably not. We just stole a car, apparently, in Brazil. And then the same dude told us a story, I think probably that night, that he met a Brazilian serial killer that was, he met him in a bar, and he was like, yeah, I go to favelas and I just fucking murder people. And he was like, what? Matty spoke like fluent Portuguese. And he was just like, yeah, I've killed like 50 people. I just go into favelas and I just murder people. And he was like,
nice.
Have a good night. And he just left. And he was like, to this day, I don't know if that guy was...
Yeah, he might have just been doing what I used to do, where I would make up story about being a crisp flavour engineer because I was bored of talking to people. Maybe he was doing the same. He was like, tonight, hitman. I'm a hitman. Yeah.
But he has...
Did he have hitman vibes?
Well, I never saw the Brazilian dude, but he was like... Matty was like, he was weird as fuck. And I've Googled a few times just serial killers and stuff like that just for fun. Got to spare 5 minutes. And there is a lot of Brazilian serial killers that have killed people in favelas that have been caught, and they've done it for years and years and years, and finally got caught. And they're like, "Oh, this person killed like 100 people."
Wow.
Because you just slip into this like shanty house, sort of thing, and stab, and leave. And it's just like, did he meet that dude? But there's heaps of them apparently. So like, if you want to murder some people, don't do it.
Yeah, I met this Brazilian guy called Juan Carlos in Cusco. Juan Carlos.
Juan.
You been to Cusco?
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
where?
In Cusco in Peru.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yep.
So he was at the hostel that we were staying at, and so he had just come from, I think, Mexico City, but he was a Brazilian dude. But he'd been in Mexico, and he had he'd never had money before in his life.
Yeah.
And he suddenly had a lot of money because he'd won it on he said he bet on a football game.
Yeah.
That he had sold like a bunch of shit he wasn't supposed to sell. Had done a few naughty things to accumulate a bit of money.
Nice.
By it a bit as well. I don't think it was a lot. Maybe like say like a few $1,000s or whatever. But he bet it all on a football game and won a lot of money. And we met him as he was like mid coke and booze fucking bender of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like there's no way he's still alive. there's no way.
Yeah.
Like the human body can't take that kind of fucking beating. And he would he would be up all day and all night just drinking and going. And some of the fucking stories about, what he done. It was hard to pay. You ever meet someone, it's hard to pay attention to everything because there's too much happening.
Yeah.
Like he had so many teeth missing and like just all these cuts and scars and stuff on him.
He's a cool guy.
And you're kind of wondering like how much of it is the truth and how much of it is just like this drug and booze fueled exaggeration or whatever. But yeah, he was one of the reasons that I was like, oh, I might never go to Venezuela, because he had stories about Venezuela too. I was like, I don't think I'll ever go there. He's like, oh yeah, I have like a team up there, and when people like you come, we take you. I was like, what? As in, we kidnap you.
Yeah.
And I heard as well, because there was one night, my friend Kevin and I, we were just looking at the next place to go, and we wanted to fly from Colombia to India.
Yeah.
Because we knew we were going to Colombia in the next couple of months. I was like, let's go from there to India. And we found really cheap flights, and we just bought them because we're idiots. And then we realized that you can't just do that. You need a very specific type of visa. And ours, we would have to either go home and get the visa from our embassies, or we could go to Venezuela, to Caracas, and get the visas. So having just met Juan Carlos like a week prior to that, I was like, let's just not go to India right now. We'll just fucking forego these flights.
Yeah, that's fair.
Caracas is, by all accounts, I've never been. By all accounts, it is fucking Mexico City type dangerous. Have you been?
No. We South America. I think it was Brazil, Chile, Argentina, Peru, and Bolivia. Yeah. We got told the same about Ecuador. So we met people, and they were like,
I got told that about Colombia as well.
Yeah.
Especially the borders, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Colombia is so safe.
My mate was there. Well, I wouldn't go so safe. You would probably find trouble.
I think you can do that anywhere, though.
Yeah.
But people were talking about this thing. Like sometimes people talk about places, and I think it's just the things that they've heard, or fucking Pablo Escobar induced stories, that they go like, "Oh, the whole country's like that." But like it isn't.
It is weird though, because
Medellin is beautiful because of what he did.
Yeah, it's weird though, because I know so many people that I went to Brazil, and I know probably 2 or 3 people after me that were all robbed in Brazil in different years. We never had any issues. It was totally fine. Felt safe all the time. But we just had fucking like great luck. Literally, one of my mates on his first night in Brazil got robbed and got all his shit taken from him. We went out one night in a group when we were in Brazil.
See, even
we went left, they went right. They got robbed going down a different path.
Yeah.
And a guy got his iPhone stolen. iPhone 1, like back in the day.
See, that's the thing. And I'm not saying it's no one's fault or anything, but like I was told by many people, experienced travelers and inexperienced travelers, just like a great idea is to not bring out more than you're willing to lose.
Yeah.
And so I didn't. I would usually bring out like whatever money I thought I might need for that evening, which wouldn't be a lot. But I wouldn't have my passport on me. I got detained by the police for like 24 hours because they wanted my passport and I only had copies. And they're like, not good enough. We have to go to your hostel and get it. And I was like, I can't do that.
Really?
Yeah, because I was told as well that they do this so that you buy it back off them. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I got nothing else to do. I'll just sit in a cell for a day. And it wasn't, to be honest, it was like they got me in the morning and they released me like later in the evening. So it wasn't even a day.
As you're about to get like a tattoo, you're like, this is my life now. There's like, you go and you're like, oh, sorry, man, I got to go.
Yeah.
Have fun.
I'll join the gang next time, though.
Yeah.
I'm well up for it.
Yeah, it is that we were told never go on the beaches at night in Brazil.
Yeah.
So we didn't, unless we were with Brazilians. That seems to be the thing. Like if you're with Brazilian people, they won't go. But like one of my mates like did a South American trip. He was I think he was with some bird, from a hostel, get away from everyone.
Yeah.
Get a fucking sandy hand job. And literally a dude.
Sand job, if you will.
Yeah, sand job. That's the podcast name, Sand Job.
It isn't.
Yeah. All right. But he was literally on the beach and a dude just walked up to him and he was just like, said something to him and he was like, huh? And the guy just punches him in the mouth, drops my mate, and then he's just like, give me your like phone and wallet. And I don't think he had his phone on him, but he was like, big dude, my mate. And like plays footy and shit, so like used to getting hit and stuff. He got knocked down. And he was like, gonna get back up and just fucking clock him. And then he was like, 4 other dudes were just there, just behind him. I was just like, all right, well, here's my shit. And then go back to your sandy handy.
Floppy sandy handy. There's no way you're excited after that.
Well, mate, yeah, it's probably not. I hope not. It's like I've never been harder.
Round 2. Let's go.
But I never had, in all my years of traveling, done well over probably closer to 5 years of traveling outside of Australia, different continents, different countries. That's how it works. But I've never had really any issues. I've never even had many delays in flights, which is fucking crazy.
I've been very lucky with that stuff. The only time that was ever not even an issue, but I forget where it was. There's this little triangle. I forget what the place is called. But it's like Brazil, Colombia, and Peru, I think.
We got a map on the back. That's what we're looking at.
It's probably Bolivia, Peru, Brazil. Anyway, it's this little area that like it shares the border with like each border is the Amazon. You're like right in the middle of the jungle, and the immigration offices there are just little fucking huts on stilts. But the boats to leave and take you to like the next place and stuff are just so fucking unreliable. They're like, or at least they were for us. But again, that's just like one account. But other than, like when it comes to like airports and stuff, and some pretty shaky flights and stuff, but never like delayed or anything. I rocked up to go home one time. I was leaving Buenos Aires and I was like a month late.
They were like, did you rock up a month late to the airline and be like, yeah, I thought this was my...
Yeah,
Yeah?
Yeah, because I genuinely did.
What did they do?
I just lost track of time because I'm an idiot.
Wait,
Because I flew in.
Yeah.
And then, I was always told, and I think this is just a fucking myth, I was always told that you need onward travel, that you need to prove funds, you need to, like, all this sort of shit. I never had to do any of that.
Neither
ever.
have I.
So I flew from London to Lima in Peru. This is like the first time I went there to South America. And then I just did a big fucking motorcycle diary type loop around the place and ended up in Argentina. I think came through Chile into Argentina and was to fly out of Buenos Aires. And I booked the flight sometime, in the middle of that trip and then just missed it completely. It probably wasn't a month. I think it was by a couple of weeks though, because they were like, this flight was, whenever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, obviously I need a flight out. And they were like, well, it's going to cost. I was like, oh, I don't have any money. I was lying. I was like, I don't have any. I've spent all my money traveling, and they were like, because it's on them to fly you out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's their responsibility. They fly you in, they fly you out. Because I was going to outstay my visa as well. I'm fairly sure anyway. Because here's the thing, I don't want to speak like that's absolute fact.
No, it is.
But this is the thing.
It's on video.
What were the other options? Because they were saying like, do you have people you can call for money? I was like, I don't have any family or anything.
I'm an orphan, man.
Yeah. And it was just like, well, I need to obviously get home. And I did have a flight. I just missed it. And they did. They flew me home.
Huh.
They made me wait in the airport for like 2 more days, but they flew me home.
Yeah, until they found like the flight that had fucking
no one on it, probably.
The cheapest one. Going from Peru to LA, so America. After our like 7 months in South America, we did 2 weeks in America, which is so dumb. Should really be the opposite way.
Yeah, I did the same though.
Yeah, and
I went to New York after Colombia.
So we went from Peru to LA, and they were like, we've oversold the tickets, which is insane. It's like you shouldn't be able to do that.
No,
that's just fucking rude and should be illegal. But apparently they have their own rules.
And they do that weird fucking auction thing shit as well, where they're like, we'll give you $150 hotel voucher and food and stuff to give your flight up. And
we did it. We did it. But ours was sick. So we got 5-star hotel across the road, which I looked into the pricing of it. I think it was like $400 or $500 a night. We were living in hostels.
Wait, in Peru?
Yeah.
Okay.
For their 5-star, I guess. And then we went to...
You were in Lima, I take it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was. And then we went... What did we get? We got the chance to get... So it was LAN Airlines at the time.
Yeah.
We got either $800 voucher with them, and we're like, we're leaving the country. What's the fucking point? Or you got $350.
Oh, take that.
Yeah, so we did that. Our flight wasn't until 12 the next night though.
Yeah.
So we were like we got to check out at 10. Like, what the fuck are we going to do? And then the lady was like, oh, no, we'll put you in there for 2 nights. So you guys, and then we got also lunch, we got breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
As well.
It's kind of worth it.
And it was worth it because the next night, David, we got on that flight, all good, fine, nice. We obviously missed a night in our hostel.
Yeah.
That's Reebok, but we got $350 US. Yeah. Which is a lot of money.
And meals.
Yeah. And got to actually sleep. Oh, we got our own room as well.
Yeah.
The lady was like, do you guys want to stay in the same room? And
no,
I looked at my friend
don't.
and I was like, no. Been with him for 7 months.
I bet you want us to stay in the same room to make this cheaper for you, but we fucking do not.
I want to beat my dick in my lonesome.
That's the thing about staying in hostels. Like, it's great when you're younger, especially. It's fine, but like every now and again, you just treat yourself to like some comfort, and you go, "Oh my god, a hot shower, and I don't have to worry about stepping on the stuff."
Yeah. You can put shoes on to go in the shower. You're like, why? You're like, it's full of cum.
Yeah,
it's my cum. Yeah. But this is the funny thing that happened the next night. And if we fucking got that flight, this never would have happened. So the next night we get the flight. It's all good. We're on the as I said, it's 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And we sit down. My mate conks out, goes to sleep straight away. To my left of me, there is... I think it was like a pretty small plane of 2 seats and 2 seats. I think.
That is pretty small.
This is like, what is this? 2010, so it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
But there's an American couple next to me, an aisle, and then the American couple.
Yeah.
And the lady was sitting down getting her stuff ready, and I heard the guy go like, "Oh, I've got a stomachache. I feel sick," right? And the lady goes, "I've got something for you." And I was like, is she going to jerk him off? Like, what's going to happen? Like, I was genuinely like...
Of course your mind went there.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the films.
No, I've got antiemetics for you. No. I'm going to suck you off.
Sandy handy. So she gets up and she goes into the carry-on. I'm like, she's getting lube. And she pulls out a book and I was like...
Porn. Yeah,
okay, that's it. Fucking whatever works. Maybe it's hollowed out book with something in the center. and it's a Bible.
Ah.
And she proceeds to do like a crazy fucking like.
Well, like an exorcism of the sick.
She's next to me essentially. So she like, you know, it's me, aisle, and then her.
Yeah.
And she's on the end, and he's sitting in the center or the window. I can't remember what exactly.
Are you watching out of the corner of your eye, or are
No,
you
I'm
turning
full.
face
Yeah,
the
no,
whole
I'm
time?
full
Yeah,
fucking
you've
like
got
this.
to, haven't you? You have to.
And she starts like, I'll never forget this. It's Lord, as she's got the Bible out. It's me, Mary Beth Ann.
And God's just like, Mary Beth Ann, what's going on? How are you?
Yeah.
How's the flight?
That's exactly what I thought. It's like he was like, oh shit, Mary Beth's on the line. And then she's like, we've been down in Peru helping the people, helping the natives. And then she just starts going like, I think they were Mormons or something. And they were doing this full fucking spiel, blah, blah, blah. She was getting into it heavily, like full. This is probably close to 1 o'clock in the morning now. I'm so annoyed that my mate's asleep, but I'm watching the best show in the world. And this lady's really, Lord, if you could help him, he doesn't feel well. Really, really getting into it.
Imagine if God crashes the plane.
Well, all of a sudden, he fucking stands up like he's fucking, God's grabbed him by the dick, right? And he looks over at her and he throws up.
Oh, brilliant.
And I was like, God is real.
God is real.
God is fucking
good.
real. This is so cool. And I think my mate woke up in the morning and he was like, fuck, it stinks
What is
in
that
here.
smell?
And I was like,
That's the Lord. That is the Lord.
do I have a story for you, my friend?
Man, I was in the jungle and came across I was on a cargo boat and we were going to this place called Uramaguas, and on the way there we picked up, because it makes a couple of like stops and stuff. We picked up this team of like, I think they were Americans. I'm fairly sure they were Americans. And I had nothing planned as well for like, I was on my own because Kevin had gone off with some Brazilian chick. So it was just me by myself.
Kev.
And I had no plans. I didn't know what I was going to do next. And they were telling me that they were doing this, they were helping build or rebuild like a village. And I was like, sounds fucking amazing. They were very churchy people. Their church flies them out there and they do all this stuff. And they were telling me how rewarding it was and that they're always looking for more volunteers. And I was like, I'll be honest with you, no, I wasn't really like the altruistic vibe. It was more like I could just stay with them and fucking eat for free and shit, and just do like a little bit of.
On the Lord.
Yeah. And I was like, I could do that. And I was really giving it some thought. I thought like I could really, because they were on my boat going to, I think, Uramaguas. I'm fairly sure it was Uramaguas, to get supplies and then getting the next boat and going back. I was just going to Uramaguas for something to do. But they were going to get supplies and then bring them back to the village, which they did like, every sort of 6 weeks or something. And I was like, fuck, I might go back with them. And then later on that night, I noticed that on all of their legs, they have 1 billion bites.
Oh.
And it's all like, I guess, like sand flies and all this other shit. And they go, oh yeah, you get it from, it's unavoidable working in the undergrowth. They lift up their shirts and they're just riddled with these things. And I was like, oh God, no. I hope those villagers die. I'm not, fuck that. I'm not going back with you cunts. That's ridiculous. Look at the state of your skin. Fuck.
You went from 1 minute being like, I could do this, I could help, to be like, ugh, bites.
Because the thing is, I said, like, can't you wear like long sleeve and stuff? They're like, we do.
No, Lord can't see you. How's he supposed to protect us, David? He can't see us. That's fucking crazy.
I really gave it some thought until I saw their skin. I was like, that is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it is very interesting how, like, I was working at a retail store in Melbourne only last year, and there was a group of girls that came in from Mormons, and they were over in Australia. So apparently in this fucking little section of the Mormon peeps, they get sent to a different country to do, I can't remember the term.
What do they call it? Missionary work?
Yeah, missionary work. That's exactly it. And they were all lovely. They were coming in, and they came in for like 2 weeks at a time to try on Blundstone boots. They really wanted some boots, apparently.
That's what Mormons do?
Yeah. So one was from like the Bible Belt, obviously. Then there was another one from.
Sorry, are these Americans?
Yeah.
Is that where are Mormons just in America? Because you don't really hear about them in other countries.
So there was another one that was from like where was she from?
Actually, I suppose that's the whole point, isn't it? Doing missionary work is to spread the word. Yeah,
the good word. She was from, I don't know, some Asian country. She was Asian. That's what I'm getting at. And the other girl was American. They all didn't know each other. They literally just all got sent to Australia. And I was chatting to them. I was fascinated.
Were you chatting to the Asian one as well?
Well, yeah.
Can you do the accent or?
I can do the accent.
But Willie.
I just do a German one. But I was chatting to them. It was funny. They always had these like lapels and shit that said fucking Jesus loves us and all this fucking stuff. And I was chatting to them, and when they started talking about like their place, they're like, "Oh, we get an allowance. We have to give them to go over and do the missionary work in another country. They have to pay like $25,000." So I'm like, "Oh," and then like, "Yeah," and then we get our money like every week. We get an allowance of this and that, blah blah blah. So during the days we go, they'd all finished high school. It was between universities, so they must have been like 19.
Little gap year thing.
Yeah, and they were just like coming over, spreading the good word, knocking on people's doors. And because I saw them like every second day for 2 weeks because one of the girls couldn't decide on which boots she wanted. And I was like, fucking pray.
Yeah.
Like, get the big man on the phone.
Ask Joseph Smith which one you should get.
And then I spoke to him so much, they were like, "You're just such a kind-hearted soul, Tait. Like, where are you from? You got religion in your life?" And shit like that. And I was like, "Nah, just polite." And they were like, "Yeah, but you seem really polite. Like, you found God." And I was like, "Nah, I'm just trying to get a sale." And then they would laugh. And I was like, "This is weird."
You want to buy these or not?
And they were all like extremely attractive.
Yeah.
And it was like, is that what's happening? Like, are they getting like superpowers and shit?
Or are they sending over the super hot ones to try and convert you?
It's true. They did say, they're like, we sort of hit the lottery because we could get sent to like random places in Africa and this and that. And I was like,
that's Tait saying he would rather die than go to a country in Africa.
I would love to go to Africa.
But
I'm not allowed to buy a handgun. No.
you wouldn't go well because they walk around barefoot and they would just see your toes and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with
I'd
you?"
be like one of those, you know, when you're in India and you see like a person with 3 heads and they're like, everyone's praying to them and shit.
Deity.
Yeah, maybe I might go to India.
Yeah.
There's 3-head person spewing up, seeing my feet. I'm like, all right, champ, fucking
settle down.
Take your fucking Hydra and fuck off. Anyway, we'll get to the end of this app because we're very close and we don't want to. I think at this stage, Pigeon Dicks. Pigeon Hold is probably winning the race.
Yeah, the pigeon race.
We originally it was going to be very travel centric podcast, and then
to be fair, it just was as well.
Yeah,
so.
which it probably will be because we've got a lot of stories. But it's we'll see what happens, I guess. I think Pigeonhole at this stage is probably winning.
I reckon.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
fuck off.
We'll see you next week.
See ya, bye.
We need a sign out.
What about fuck off like a chicken? Fuck off.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll do.